Hey, welcome
Cool.
everyone. Welcome. This is live coding Elevenses. Uh, this is another live stream. I know we've had a lot of streams happening today on this channel, but this is one of our steady streams that we happen to have almost every week. It's based off of the old show Live Coding Happy Hour that.
So next up here, I think.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. Oh, look, it's Travis. Anyways, what I was saying is that Live Coding Elevenses is one of our 3 live coding shows that we have every week, almost every week, as long as we're not traveling for world forums and stuff like that. It's Elevenses is mine. Travis has afternoon tea, and Christy has second breakfast. And so these are the streams that we're just trying to do as much live coding as possible. Thank you, Travis. Okay. We try to be a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chill on these ones, more candid. Our streams we don't know which way they're going to go because we're trying to code something live, and so things tend to break. And then the debugging process is part of development, so we try to show all of it, try to be realistic about the products that we're using, the things that we're building. We also tend to mess with each other as much as possible, as Travis was just doing. So there was that.
Vengeance is mine.
Kevin. Travis, kudos to Travis had just jumped in from another live stream. I saw it go live and I was like, wait, is that a recording or is that actually, oh, he's live. That means he's jumping between streams. To introduce ourselves, because not everybody knows us if you're joining brand new for Community Week. Shout out to Community Week that's happening right now. My name is Earl Duque. I am a senior developer advocate at ServiceNow. I guess I haven't done background in a long time on the show, but I've been with the company for 4 years, but for about 4 or 5 years before that, I was a developer for different customers, mostly in higher ed in California. And so, yeah, started as a help desk user. Actually, it started as a facilities worker learning ServiceNow, joined in a help desk that used ServiceNow, then became an admin, then became a developer, and then became a developer lead, and then did senior development, all that kind of stuff, and then I joined the company. So hopefully I help people identify with that struggle of like, started from the bottom. But yeah, so I'm Earl. I'll let Travis introduce himself.
Hi, I'm Travis Toulson, Senior Developer Advocate at ServiceNow. I am just a baby. I've been here less than a year so far. However, I've been on the platform for like 14 years or something like that. I started out on an IT ops desk and kind of inherited the ServiceNow platform from there, did consulting on the platform for most of my career, doing mostly service portal integrations, whatever weird stuff comes up. And then landed here at ServiceNow December last year as a developer advocate.
Yeah. Okay, so one of the fun things about live coding, blah, 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 any of our shows is that since we're doing these pretty often, we started off every other week, and now it's we try to do these shows weekly. So that's 3 of these shows happening every week between myself, Travis, and Christy hosting. That means we've been able to build up a community around our live streams, and we have been able to interact with different people that hang out in the chats, different people that comment on the videos, and build that kind of ongoing camaraderie around the silly things that we're doing on these live streams. And so one of the things that we thought would be a fun thing to do was invite our 3rd person on the stream today, and I'll let Ben introduce himself. But Ben is one of our regular chatters during our live streams, and I'll get more into why it was so fun to have Ben join us, but I'll let him introduce himself now first.
Cool. So my name's Ben, as you can see. I've been developing in one form or another on the ServiceNow platform for around about 6 years, but I've been working within the IT field around 18 years or so, give or take, and predominantly started off with service operations, kind of on desk, then moved into other kind of more specific support of customers such as doctors and nurses, and then moved on to supporting and developing and maintaining CSM application, which then became more and more than just the CSM application. And yeah, eventually we replaced that with ServiceNow, and yeah, now I'm here. And largely I'm here to be that person that's on your side, really. So that's, yeah, I started out just being a person in the chat, and yeah, now I'm here.
I love that you ended with that part, because I was that person that was in the chat, was how I started too. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that, because it is community week, and one of the things that I really enjoy about our community is that we find community in all the niches of different things too. So if you're attending all the platform owners sessions, you have a community there. If you hang out on one of the unofficial communities, one of the Discords, or on the SN Dev Slack, like there's community there. I remember hanging out in live coding happy hour chat rooms on YouTube 6-7 years ago, and just hanging out with oh my gosh, I did not mean to say that. Travis, my kindergartner said it. I did not.
6-7.
I did not mean to say that. Oh, okay. About between 5 to 7 years ago, I remember hanging out in the YouTube chat, and just hanging out, chatting with Dave Slusher, Andrew Barnes, Chuck Tomasi, and making comments on videos and learning from them. And then I remember Andrew Barnes reaching out to me and saying, "Hey, do you want to be on a live coding happy hour?" And I was like, "Oh, sure." And I was so nervous. And I remember sitting there sweating in a conference room with my laptop, getting ready to try to, and being on the first big live stream and stuff like that. And Ben has been hanging out in the chat in almost all of our live streams constantly. And I was like, you know what? Like, we should start having people hanging out and just be on the streams. And that's one of the things that we've been doing a lot this week, is we have these live streams, and we're trying to get people to come onto the actual air to either ask a question to the PM, or ask a question to one of us on stream, or just hang out, as what Ben's doing today, just to, build more camaraderie, because that's what live coding happy hour started off with, was just building with friends and drinking. Like, we don't do that as much. I have my coffee, but we haven't done alcohol drinking on stream in a while now, actually.
I wouldn't have thought that goes particularly well with the coding, especially like the build agent and the AI stuff. It could get messy.
You got a nice beard comment inside the chat, by the way. We'll say that we haven't had a solid big beard on our team since Brad Tilton left. So Ben, you're the new beard Tilton for us now.
It's majestic.
Mine used to be a lot more like Andrew, I think, who you had on
you're right.
yesterday.
Andrew Barnes' beard. Holy mackerel. Impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how big that beard was getting. Okay, we should probably get into some dev stuff. So let me share my screen, because I like to pretend that I am actually a dev. There we go. I usually like this one so you can see more screen. If there's any chats in the that should be on this that need to be read out, just let me know, because it's hard for me to do dev stuff at the same time. Okay. Also, hi, chat is active. I see, who else has been talking? I see Prashant is there. Nicola Sujan is there. Hey, everyone. Okay. I guess I need to recap real quick, because this is a continuation stream, and I will do this real quick. All right. Hi, everyone. If you are joining us on Live Coding Elevenses for the first time, this is actually episode 5 of arc 2 of what we've been making. And so this is episode 5 of us building a New York Times mini crossword game inside of ServiceNow. So if you didn't know, that's what we've been working on. You can actually go to this channel's live tab on YouTube and see the last 4 episodes where we've been building this diligently, not utilizing Build Agent, not utilizing a lot of any Now Assist tools. I have been using my own AI stuff in VS Code, but we've been doing legit just building things from beginning to end. We had a design stream, a build stream, a data stream. The last one was the logic. So we were building logic on the last stream. And then this one, I want to end with the actual UI. So that's what we're focusing on today. We're building the UI for this mini crossword app because that's pretty important, is having an actual UI for a crossword. And then we're going to do it not in Build Agent, and then we're going to do it in Build Agent and compare the two. So that's what my goals for today. Yeah, that was my goals for today. Do I need any other context outside of that? I don't think so. Yeah, so we'll jump in. The one thing I did do off screen last night was I finished the logic. So if you watch the last stream, the logic, we got to the end of, we got to a place where we were able to build logic into it. So let me actually show you all here. So I have all these tables, and then on this grid table, when it loads preview, I had a script that was in a script include that where I would run it, it would build a crossword. Yeah, that's really straightforward. And it would insert all these words into a grid for me. So like row 1, column 1 for this puzzle. Horizontal would be the word OAuth. And then the logic was trying to find words that could go vertical with O, and so, or vertical with A, or vertical. So like, for instance, U in the middle, urban goes down from that. So the logic for it to automatically build a crossword puzzle based off of the word list that we have. And we have a word table that has like 500 words on it or something. Most of them are ServiceNow related. So that's the whole point of the ServiceNow crossword. What I did last night to catch everybody up was I finished the logic because I found things that were broken about it. Like, it was just matching words vertically, and it didn't check if it was horizontally correct. So I had to fix that. If it was once it fixed it horizontally, it didn't add those words into the puzzle as an actual clue. But like every word horizontally needs to have a clue. So it had to do some of those fixes. So there was a lot of little background fixes that I did for the logic part, so that we could jump into the UI today. I've been talking a lot. Anyway, what's going on in chat? What's going on with Travis, Ben? What's going on with you all?
Man, Christy just mentioned that she expects to see a yarn management app for your build with a entry. And when I first read that, I thought she was talking about Yarn Package Manager until I realized it was Christy mentioning it.
Oh yeah, it's always
the yarn hexagons in the background.
Yeah, Christy.
Yeah, so
yarn
it's
wall.
grown. The idea has grown. Sorry, I'm dealing with a little bit of lag, so apologies if I'm speaking over anyone. But yeah, the idea has grown to a more general kind of hobby application. And one of the things I wanted to do was try and build in some of the existing functionality, utilization of existing functionality within ServiceNow. So taking things like the capabilities and things like that and translating them through into the application. So We're not just creating this standalone thing. Although, having seen some of the streams earlier, I think maybe we start small and then start integrating lots of things into it. But I haven't really figured that out yet.
We'll see what happens. We're gonna figure that out now. Originally, so I know the design part, the design episode, there was like we had a little short conversation of like, oh, what should the UI be? Should it be in a service portal? Should it be in a UI builder? I don't know enough UI builder to confidently build something on the stream. So we're not going to do that. We're going to do what I know. We're going to do a widget, and we're going to use AI, external AI, to build that widget for us. And so what I'm going to do is create a new widget, we'll do mini, or what should I call it? Mini-crossword UI. Create a test page, submit. And all I'm doing is creating the framework for the widget itself. That's what I'm doing right now. It's saved. Now I can jump over to Studio, go back to my hey, does the widget interface load into ServiceNow Studio? Do you know?
I don't know.
I guess we should try. Let me see. UI.
No better time than now.
It's loading something. Oh, okay. It's just the record. Yeah, it's just the record. Can it run the widget editor? Nope. It just opened the widget editor again. All right. So let's go complain to Andrew Barnes. Okay. Let's. So I have it in here now, but what I want to do is commit this to. Whoa! What are all these? Oh yeah. Okay. Making a widget and test page creates a bunch of records. I'm going to commit this to the repository so that I can pull this into my local VS Code. UI starter widget. Hi, stream. What are Laszlo is saying, Earl, do you know any more jargon to keep us all young? Travis probably knows a bunch.
I don't know. I think I'm a little out of date at the moment.
I know big right now is the no,
see,
nobody.
See, my oldest avoids all that, and my youngest is oblivious to it. So the game for me is to try and figure it out so that I can bring it to my oldest child, make him hate it even more.
Okay. What was I doing?
So are we about to do the that XML style AI editing? Oh my gosh!
Have you not done that on stream yet?
No.
All right. So what Travis is alluding to is here's the widget that I just created. You'll see that it's completely blank. Here's that populate the data object default server script thing. Here, see, there it is. And it's in our lovely XML format. It's not in the nice, easy to read format of 3 columns of code or even the normal form view and stuff like that. And we're going to use this to edit that file via a chat agent. So let me start a new one. I am working on a PC, and so I prefer Claude, which only runs on Linux or Mac environments. So I do have Windows as Windows Service. Is that what it's called? Windows Service Live or something like that, running so I can simulate a Linux environment. So yeah, WSL. I can't remember what it's called. What's
oh yeah.
What is that? What does WSL stand for? I can't remember. Something Linux. Anyways, okay.
Windows subsystem for Linux.
There you go. Subsystem for Linux. I think there's Linux somewhere in there. So why am I doing it this way? It's because I wanted it. I like coding with AI agents in general, just because it's so much faster. And this is pretty low stakes, so I'm not worried about hallucinations too much. If it was a production high usage app, then I would be a lot more adamant about reading through it all. And I try to give that caveat every time we talk about AI agents. But one of the cool things about this method is that it can work directly in the XML file instead of having to copy and paste code from like ChatGPT back and forth between windows. Yeah, that's really it. That's the reason why we do it this. I do it this way because it's like it's fun to try work this way. So I mean, let's make sure it works. All right, it is time to build the UI for the Mini-crossword.
Yeah, Carol says she's convinced that the messier your hobby station, the more brilliance is brewing in your brain, which technically was a reference to Christie's yarn station, but I think it applies to our code too.
I think there's levels to that, though. You can get to if things are stacked up on top of each other, that's generally not a good thing for any sort of situation.
You all could keep bantering. I'm trying to think of what to say to this prompt.
This is actually my first time seeing Claude Code Terminal.
That's so bonkers to me because I know how much you like Claude Code, and you haven't.
I know, but I just go to the chat app.
Yeah,
I like talking to him.
It's time to build a UI for the Mini-crossword in the widget. Here, I'm going to talk it out. It'll be easier for me. Pull in a random puzzle from the daily puzzles table and take the grid records for that puzzle and construct a crossword puzzle for the user to interact with, where they can enter a letter into each box. And if it's the correct letter, it is green. If it's not correct, then it'll be red. And underneath that crossword that is built should be all of the grid records definitions that the user will use to be able to figure out what words to put in it. I've shown this on stream too. I talked about.
Did you just voice to text that?
Yeah, I did. I do that all the time now, man. What am I missing on here?
Spelling errors.
Spelling errors. Yeah, I was like the words per minute on that one was way too fast.
I use a specific text voice a voice to text service too. From the daily puzzles table and take the grid records for that puzzle. Construct a puzzle for the user.
Fun fact: the URL that you're seeing in video is actually an AI generated video URL as well.
What?
You were talking about your AI services and your voice service. I was like,
there was a fun moment. I do a lot of story times on this stream. If people don't realize, I do a lot of asides like this. A year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, we had a meeting for our business unit. This was before your time, Travis, I think. And this was when AI was still like growing and stuff like that, especially multimodal AI. So,
back in Earl's day.
Back in my day. Yeah, a year and a half ago. Where multimodal was still new. So like most people were still used to just seeing text generative AI. Voice, video, all that stuff, pictures were still new. And I did an AI presentation to our business unit, and I didn't tell anybody that it was an AI voice. And it took like the more and more the presentation was going on, people in the chat were slowly realizing like, is this real? is that Earl? What is happening? And it's just fun to be on like it's fun to me. So I don't know how you all feel in the chat and stuff like that, but I like the idea of being on the forefront of new technology because we get to explore and we get to try new things that people haven't tried yet. And AI voice is interesting. Creating images for these streams have been made it so easy. Like it's just fun to be on the forefront of things and incorporate it into our workflows. That's all I'm thinking about.
I think it's something that you can potentially just now blame things on AI version of yourself and just say someone's created an AI version of me. That wasn't me.
That's the new somebody hacked my account.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm I want to try to one shot this, one prompt it. So I want to make sure I include all the things that we should be including. Style the theme as a newspaper crossword. So like gray colors and newspaper vibe. I don't know. Oh yeah, remember that this is a ServiceNow service portal widget. So make sure to constrain yourself to the relevant frameworks like Angular JS and Bootstrap 5, etc. Anything else about service portal widgets that were about this prompt that we should include when we're building it?
Are you just putting it for the internal, like not which particular service portal you're using?
Yeah, I'll just use SP for now. That's a good call out though.
I'm actually I'm having trouble processing all of that. I think it's so interesting that you approach this from like a one shot, because whenever I'm using AI to develop, I'm much more conversational. I'm like, do this one little thing. Okay, now do this thing too.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that while it's building it, because it's writing the code now, so we can talk a little bit about that. So it's a strategy, right? My whole thing with coding AIs, and this is the same thing with Build Agent too, is I've had a lot more success if your first prompt is robust. AI tends to like not like working on its own thing as much, at least in my experience. And so if I can get everything done in one go, it works better. And you know what? I think I know the technical reason why. So should I get into that too?
Yeah,
we're doing it. Welcome to my stream, y'all. I go on the sides. I go on biggest sides. Okay. The reason why it's good to try to get as much information into your first prompt as possible instead of trying to like conversationally go about it is because Build Agent, the AI agent that I'm using now, Claude, is they're technically reasoning models, and so when you give it a prompt, it will think through its own thing and then edit itself according to what it's seeing it's coming up with, and then it'll do that in a loop until it is confident with what it's coming up with. And then the cool thing about coding agents is then they will make a plan. And Travis talked about this on the last stream, actually, that happened right before this. But these AI agents, these coding agents, they make plans, and as they make these plans, it's important for it to do that because it follows those plans as it tries to build the thing. And so if it has all of the context that you're trying to do in one go, it can make one big plan according to that big context. Whereas after that, when you start trying to iterate through it, for the sake of token usage, they don't always remember everything in your code base or everything that's in your previous prompts, because it's basically trying to be smart about what it's pulling in. And so especially if it's building multiple files, if you prompt it in the future, it might not know to check every file that it built already. It'll only check the files it thinks it needs to check. So having your first prompt be robust, and then all following prompts be like debugging and small iterations or very focused issues is easier, instead of trying to do a really basic basic prompt. I almost said a bad word. A basic prompt, and then trying to build off of that. So that's what I think is happening in the background.
That makes a lot of sense. I think most of the time I have been doing it, it's been on an existing project already. So like the context is already gone. So that's probably the difference that I'm seeing in how I usually approach it. I'm just later in the process.
Ben, do you have any experience with any of these like AI coding tools? Ben's here just for his good looks and beard. All right, we're gonna go back to the other screen now. Okay, so it is building that widget. I think it's still going. Okay, it broke it down into plans. It did the HTML
You're maxing out CPU usage, so I'm not entirely sure what's happening. So usual things for doing it live.
That was one of the most impressive delays I've ever seen on this stream. And Ben will hear this in a few hours, but Ben, thank you for trying to join us on the stream. We are across the pond. Ben is calling in the evening in Europe, so thank you for trying to join us on this one. And that's probably why the delay is happening. StreamYard, the service that we're using, StreamYard, is trying to give us nice, crisp video. And so we're using up a lot of bandwidth. And so that's probably hurting Ben's screen really badly. And I thank you for being with us and trying your best to participate on this. He'll hear this in about 8 minutes.
Yeah, I might try and turn some of these bits down.
Oh, the comments are great, though. Some people are UK time lag. Aldridge, this is like a 56K modem. Ben is still in the previous screen.
That's the one that got me. That's the one that sent me.
Ben's gone AWOL. Wait for it. Oh, this is great. Okay, so it did make a plan and it followed through. If I scroll through, you can see that it actually tackled it looks like it tried to tackle the server script first, then it did the client script, then it did the HTML, and then it did the CSS. So it planned it out, followed it, and then gave me a summary of what it was trying to do. And Travis, like, one of the things why I'm so surprised that you haven't done yet in Terminal is that it has access to my full repository.
Is that the use case for it? Is that like one of the big sells?
Yeah, like, what I could have done too is like, what I could have said, like, also go to the README file and see what's next and just start building that, or make sure to update this documentation on this file. It can do multiple files at the same time. It can build multiple files at the same time.
See, you like to be on the cutting edge of all of these things, and I'm more like Ben. I catch up later. Sorry.
Oh, we can have this as the new hashtag is hashtag we love Ben.
Yes.
We love Ben. He's a good sport. Okay.
I'm just manically trying to fix things. I have no idea if any of this is actually happening or working. I'm just flying solo here.
Thanks, Ben. We appreciate it for being here for the vibes. I did commit this widget. I'm going to call it We Love Ben, and I committed in. Then let me jump over to. Oh gosh, so many screens. All right, so it's in the repository now. Let me make sure. It should say We Love Ben here. Here it is. We Love Ben. And then I am going to pull that into my instance. Also, I acknowledge a lot of people in the last stream were making fun of me for having this multi-step process of pulling things into the stream, and there are better ways to do it. I am just lazy, so I'm doing it this way. Okay, so you can go in the comments and make fun of me for not doing it a faster way, but this is my process. Okay. All right. So the widget's here. Let me reload.
Developers, so you know.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's not it. That didn't work. Oh, there's a warning. Huh. You know what? I think I know it. Hold on real quick. The widget won't load like the file itself isn't valid XML. So this happened to me once before, and it's one of the problems of working with XML is that the CSS code will kill a lot of XML if you don't format it properly. Yeah, see, I saw it. The CSS closing tag is missing. I knew that was going to be a problem. So somewhere along the line, we can identify it actually. Yeah, so they forgot to. They forget to close certain containers because in CSS, not everything has a close tag. So it can mess things up if you don't actually account for it. And so I knew that from previous things, but if you're watching this now, you know if you it's something to check for if it doesn't load the XML file literally. And the reason why I knew that was the situation was because last time I got into this error, I reviewed the commit, and I even tried to import the XML file directly into the table. It said that it's not valid XML, and so that's what I went back to my coding agent and said, hey, it's saying it's not valid XML. What's the problem? And it found the CSS problem. So that's what's happening. Wow, it's already been 40. It's already been 40 minutes. Okay, I gotta hurry through this widget so that we can go into the build agent and compare it. Don't do what I'm doing right now, where I'm blindly accepting what it's asking to do. You should be reviewing everything, but for the sake of the live stream, I'm trying to go quickly through this. What's another? Why are people saying Parrot Gang inside of the chat? Oh, that's the new commit message. Parrot Gang. Okay, so let's try to pull that again. Let me make sure Parrot Gang showed up. Parrot Gang. Now we're gonna pull it. Hopefully, it's valid XML this time around. Okay, successfully applied commit. So if I refresh this, it should be the widget. Hey yo, there's the code that the AI agent came up with. Love it. And I didn't copy paste it, Travis. It's all just XML working. See, it worked. Just one debug.
That's just nuts.
Now let's see if it actually worked. Let's actually see if the crossword puzzle worked. Try it. We'll just do in service portal. Not really. It didn't work. So there's that. It's styled well. It looks cool. It looks like a newspaper. This part is broken.
Oh, yeah, it did.
This part is broken. So I don't think it had logging. Did it? Oh, there's an error in the client script, so that's probably why.
Unexpected token.
Oh, there's not a closing. There's a mess up. I want to pursue this. Let me. Hold on. Looks like the client script is breaking. The widget is loading, but the crossword isn't showing up, nor are any clues. Here's the console. Oh, dang. I got to remember, Shift Enter is not the same on VS Code. It's Alt Enter. Yeah, that's what we're making. We're making a mini crossword puzzle inside of ServiceNow. So it says, I see the issue. There is an unexpected. I mean, yeah, that does look bad. It's a bunch of. That's probably too many.
Yep.
Fix the syntax. It's trying to fix it itself. It writes its own Python to figure that out, and bashes them together.
It writes its own Python to figure it out.
I mean, that's how a lot of like ChatGPT and Claude is. If you click on the open thing, it's just writing Python to like read your Excel file or create that graph and stuff like that. What's this commit message? Did it finish? That is no bueno. I see someone said that. I'll put that as a commit message. All right, that's in my last try before I move on to other
let's
stuff.
see. How far behind am I?
Only like 5 seconds, it feels like. Not as bad as like that 1 minute lag earlier.
Wow, 5 seconds. That was, yeah, I was like, what the hell is happening?
Nice.
Look at that. Y'all, that was 3 prompts. That was only 3 prompts.
And you've still got 7 on your PDI.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not even in Build Agent yet. I'm just using an outside one. But I have a fun reveal for that in a second. What's open author? Oh, was it OAuth again? Oh, it should. So this is what I would do next. I would say if you type in a letter, it should go to the next box. Like that would be a good. What is happening on these clicks? Oh, MG. All right, things that we would have to debug. Okay, things that we would have to debug. It's okay.
This is a feature as far as I'm concerned.
Holy mackerel!
This is fantastic.
It's not perfect, y'all. It's not perfect.
Yeah,
but it's cool. It's getting there.
It's 3 prompts.
It's something, right? Like this is the fun part where I would get to go in here and try to figure it out.
Yeah.
I would isolate the different pieces of code.
Progress.
I would try to answer it.
Mm-hmm. And this is a great starting point to begin troubleshooting from. This way better than a blank screen.
And I will show something that I did last night. Was I tried it in a different prompt, and it worked. Like this was another attempt earlier today when I try to do it in a widget. So it's like, again, I wanted to show that it's possible to do it in fewer prompts, and I got it to work in a different one. But yeah, like it's starting to work. Okay, so let's shift gears quick. We only have like 15 minutes, but this was maybe a total of, with the work I did last night, 6, 7. I said it again. 6 or 7 hours. 6 or 7 hours. I said it again. I can't believe it. Maybe a total of 7 hours to get to this point, right? Because each stream that I did was only an hour, and this is episode 5, and I did some work last night. So a total of maybe 7 hours to get to this point where designing it, building the data for the tables for it, the data, the logic, and the UI using an AI service at the end. So 7 hours. So now what we're going to try to do is see how far Build Agent can get by itself. And so I'm still in my PDI. I've been in my PDI this entire time. I'm going to jump over to the IDE. I might as well I'll create a new workspace.
All right, Build Agent, we've stacked the deck against you.
Huh?
I said, all right, Build Agent, we've stacked the deck against you.
Oh, wait, on. 6. Okay. So we are in a new workspace. I don't even know how many prompts I have left on my PDI, but we'll see what happens. What I did this morning, so before the stream. Kalisha. Hi, Kelly. Oh, someone tried to do points in here. Oh, people were old stream stuff. Oh, that was great. The Twitch stream was so fun. Oh, that was such good times, and a lot of people didn't get to see the shenanigans that we did in Twitch back then. But okay, so what I did last night, or not last night, this morning, was I went into Claude and I said, I need you to create me a prompt based off of what you see here as a product. If this is the end, like this product, this widget, this interface is the result, build a prompt that I can give to a coding agent that can construct this, but only talk about the end product, not about any of the means that we got there, so that the build agent can do its own interpretation of how to get there. Because I didn't want to say like build this, do this, and do this to get there. Use a service portal. Like I don't want to say that. I want build agent to do it itself. And it came up with this. I also gave it a template of like, here's a template. It came up with a lot. I haven't actually gone through all of this yet. But it's like, you are building the following application. This is something I included in my template on one of my blog posts about build agent. If any detail is missing, choose sensible defaults and proceed, then document what you assumed, because I don't want to stop and use up my prompts on my PDI. Build an interactive mini crossword puzzle playable within ServiceNow that automatically generates solvable 5x5 crossword grids. Let's see. My template does like talk about your audience, talk about what it should do, core capabilities. So this is pulling from my own README documentation. I don't think I want to talk about SLAs. Should we include this? So it built a data model. Do you think we should include this or just not bother?
I mean, we already have the data model, right?
No, we're building a new app.
Oh, building from scratch?
Yeah, because it's build agent.
Yeah.
So delete it or keep it?
Keep it.
All right.
I want to see what it does.
Core business logic. Oh, it has the user experience. It has a service portal widget. So let's not. I don't think we should include that part. And it did include a lot of stuff that I asked it not to do. I'm going to delete all of this. Because I React-based user interface to do the crossword. Provide at the end. Yeah, that's fine. Constraints. That's fine. Okay, let's just do it live now. I'm going to copy and paste that whole thing, and I'm going to set it. All right.
And the React base is because it doesn't quite do service portal widgets yet.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. I have a blog coming out tomorrow. Do I know? Lauren Tapia is going to post a blog about build with build agent, and it's going to have a technical FAQ. And in that FAQ, I wrote things like what's it limited to and what you should expect. It's basically build agent. It can work with anything that's in the Fluent SDK, which one is limiting because it can't do like flows or it can't do service portal widgets. But it also means that they're constantly updating Fluent. So as Fluent gets updated, build agent gets better. So that's cool. And it's constrained to the Fluent framework and whatever metadata types are available there, and React-based web components. So that's what it's restricted to.
Nice.
Yo, if I scroll, look how long this prompt is, though. All right, it's building it. It's
not a prompt; it's a book.
Basically, it's a wall of text. Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
excited
interesting.
about Fluent expanding out.
So Christy is hanging out in the chat and says Fluent can do service portal widgets, at least according to the docs, just not yet. All right.
So like, is
Didn't
that
they
like
say in the stream before that they were? Yeah, this is what Christy's saying.
Cool. Well, I mean, what's stopping us from like, if it can build the tables and stuff like that in here, and we generate the file like I did earlier, can't we just use build agent to do the same thing I did in VS Code of like, hey, go to this XML
build
file and edit it?
Right. That's what I was just thinking, was maybe you could turn around and like scaffold the widget and then let build agent take it from there.
Though I don't know if just creating the widget record in the platform makes it show up in the workspace. I don't know if it does.
You could, isn't there like a way to pull it in? Gosh, it's been a while since I've been messing with the IDE side.
Yeah, there is. It used to be fetch.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is now. So okay, I'll talk about what I tried to do earlier this week. I tried to do the convert an existing app into a Fluent app, and I ran into so many problems. It was so hard for me to get it to work. I finally got an existing app to show up as an openable app here. Open applications. I was able to get it to show up, but none of the files that were in the app were in this workspace. So I didn't know how to get it done.
I gotta throw this one. I gotta throw this comment up there because it's just so AI. we found that it created.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's another thing. I mean, it's something to talk about, right? Like, build agent is restricted to the Fluent metadata types that it's configured to work with, not everything on the platform. It can't create a virtual agent for you. If you tell it to use AI itself for the end user experience, it won't know what to do. It's going to simulate it. It's going to fake it. And so knowing the limits of the thing is part of using it. I didn't anticipate how long this part of the process might be.
This was something that I kind of wondered if they could actually put in is like an approximate timer. So if you're going to launch something that's going to take absolutely ages, it could give you at least a warning.
You know, that's a fun thing to talk about. Like, let's talk it out. Hi. So I am okay without it not being a timer, just because when it comes to building something, you never know how much the scope will expand as you build it. And we as developers understand that, right? Like, how many times have we started coding something and then we realize, like, dang, this script conclude is going to take a lot longer than I expected to take. And it's going to require a lot of extra work. And the AI is doing that. It doesn't have an estimate because it has a plan, and you can see the plan, and you can actually go by that progress. At least in Claude, it does that. It'll show you, it checks off the plan for you as it goes through. So that's really cool. That'd be cool if they added that to here, actually. So I agree with that. But I'm okay with it to not having a timer because I've kind of learned over time just how long certain things take. Like certain builds, genuinely, I set it, and it's like that old XKCD comic where it's like, why aren't you all working? And it's like, it's compiling, right? That's the joke. It's the same thing. Like a big prompt like this, it'll probably take 10 minutes. It might take 20 minutes. It might take longer, and I'll just come back to it.
The one thing that I don't want is like a bad time estimate or a progress bar that gets to 99% and then stops for 2 hours.
Okay, So it gave me a stopping point because it finished the database schema and the business logic and
Do
created
we need
sample
to throw
data.
it back up there?
Huh?
Do we need to throw it back up there so folks can see it?
Oh my! No, I almost went through an entire stream without making a dumb mistake like that. Okay. So it finished thinking. It got through the database schema, the business logic, sample data, and it still has the one thing I wanted to see to them. Yeah, finish the UI and then give me a link. I only have like 6 prompts left, so please don't. Oh no, I only have 4 prompts left, so brevity is appreciated. Okay. Oh, we're getting close to time, but I mean, I kind of want to see what it comes up with by the end of the stream. While it's building this, let's talk a little bit about other stuff. So Build Agent, we've been talking about Build Agent a lot. I get it. Community Week, we've been talking about Build Agent a lot, but it's so fun. Like, I'm having a lot of fun with it. That's my whole thing about it. On the last stream, people were talking about how good it is for prototyping. For me, it's fun for me to be able to learn what things I can automate to the IDE and then take it away from the IDE so I can build on top of it. So it obviously is really good if you've been watching at building the database structure, building the schema, building certain logic and business rules or script includes and stuff like that. It's really good at that. AI code is really good at that stuff. Like, especially script include logic and all that stuff. AI is really good at that stuff. And we should be utilizing it because it makes it really fast. Review the work, of course, but if I don't have to spend the 3 business days coming up with like a script include that covers all of the bases of an entire project, that's really good. And then I can build on top of that. I can start creating the workflows. I can start creating the workspaces, the different things that Fluent can do after it has done the work that should be automated anyways. Oh, but automating everything like that is, why would you do that? I mean, would you really want to write the SQL joins for databases and join tables? Like, no, that's why ServiceNow is so great, is because it abstracted those things away from us. And all we had to do is click create a table and add this dictionary and this reference field. Like, you don't have to know SQL for that stuff, which is great.
I want to write
kind of
everything in
enjoy
punch
creating
cards.
the SQL.
Ben's like, I do like the SQL. I'm like, okay, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's where we started out. So
that's valid. I know. I started off
SQL.
in Visual Basic for applications. That's my first like real world coding stuff for work.
Assembly, punch cards, or bust.
I know on one stream they were talking about Roller Coaster Tycoon and how it was built in assembly, and that's Sawyer was
nuts.
wild. Okay, so it finished. It said done. Your mini crossword game is live. Here's what's the features, and it gave me the link. So again, this is inside of a ServiceNow instance. New puzzle. Okay, so going to need some debugging because this isn't working. There's some errors in here. But it started, right? It started the interface. When I first made the widget earlier, one of these ones, I think it's this one. When I first made this one, it did require a few debugging steps, right? It wasn't perfect at the start, but it got there. It got to this. Where is my page? Oh my goodness. What am I doing? Where did it go? Okay. It got to here, and it's obviously not working, but we do have something to work on. We have these. So what I would do here from here is the same thing as I did before. I would go through, copy the console errors, go into Build Agent, and I would paste every single one of those errors and say, like, it didn't work, and this is what it's saying in the console. Figure it out. and see what happens from there. And that would be my next step. And if it was just like my Claude experience, it might solve it within 2 more prompts. But here's the fun thing: if y'all didn't really notice yet, it does it not say here? I thought it said down here. But back down here at the bottom, it used to say, I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, but this is running on Claude. Build agent's running on Claude. Me and Travis, we love, out of all the AI coding, Claude is our favorite. And ServiceNow is using that for build agent, a hosted instance of it. So your data is secure. It's not going into any other server. But that LLM is what's running in the background. So it works really well. So I'd be interested to see what happens if I post all of those errors inside of the chat window and press enter and see if it fixes it and see what it goes. But we are out of time. And I've been yapping, and I feel bad genuinely because Ben couldn't get any words in because I'm a yapper. So I apologize for that, but it's also comedically funny.
My connection was
deciding
to have some fun.
I waited, and I was giving Ben the time to respond, and then I talked over him. But closing, welcome to our live streams. Travis, when's your live coding afternoon tea?
Tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Evening tea.
Cool. Yeah, community week, lots of stuff going on. Check out that blog, that community, servicenow.com/community, and you'll see a bunch of on the very first posts, like all the things that we're having going on this week. Still more to come tomorrow and Friday, so check that out. Tomorrow also is the launch of Build Agent. So if you want to earn exclusive ServiceNow swag, it's cool design. I saw it too. It's really cool. Go to devlink.sn/BW. So build with 25 intro. 25 is the year 2025. But check that out. I have a video scheduled to go live on this channel tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Pacific. And that will be an overview of Build Agent and a full walkthrough of how to get started in Build Agent that you can follow along from beginning to end if you need something like that. That's all I have to say. Travis, do you have any announcements? And then Ben, to prepare you after Travis talks, then you have a time for you to say whatever you want after Travis finishes. Travis?
No, I mean you covered pretty much everything that's coming up. So got the live stream tomorrow, and pay attention to all the community content we got coming out this week. This community week's been exciting.
And have fun all, and love you all. This has been an amazing experience, but realistically, it's great to kind of work with you all and kind of have fun and shenanigans with you all. Wouldn't miss it.
Ben, thank you for joining us. Thank you for humoring us with all of the silly shenanigans on this one. I hope watch Ben stops attending our live stream, stops chatting because of the stream. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. We appreciate you. We love Ben. Bye everyone.